Get Sports Focus is presented by Dr. Ting, Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery.
It's homecoming here at the Farm, which means it's time to honor alumni. Here are some of the players from the 1995 Liberty Bowl, a big year for the Cardinal indeed, which is exactly what Hogan and the boys are trying to make up this year, one game at a time. Let's take a look at the highlights from tonight's game in your college game recap. After a record-breaking performance last week, Christian McCaffrey pretty much picked up where he left off, and you know he's getting the ball in the red. Psych. Kevin Hogan faked out the defense, and our cameraman tosses it to tight end Austin Hooper for the first TD of the game. The Cardinal would go on an 8-minute, 90-yard drive to score their next TD. There's C-Mac playing with the dogs, catch me if you can. And they did, inside the 10. 3rd and goal. Raymond Wright prepare for takeoff. Touchdown Stanford. Kicker Conrad Ukrapina would add 3 more just before the half to make it 17-zip Stanford at intermission. Washington had a lot of trouble moving the ball, so halftime adjustments had to be made, and it started with a nice 43-yard return by Chico McClatcher. Now remember this guy? Bellarmine alum QB KJ Carta-Samuels would lead the Dogs' 5-play, 57-yard TD drive. Myles Gaskin takes it from 14 yards out, UW on the board, but trails 17-7. Carta-Samuels would also score later in the 4th, giving his hometown crowd something to cheer about. But this game was all Stanford, with this as the turning point of the game. 4th and less than a yard. Who do you give it to? You give it to the right guy. That's right, Raymond Wright gets the first, and here's the early dagger. This is called making the most out of the opportunity given to you. Kevin Hogan with a 50-yard bomb to Heisman candidate Christian McCaffrey. That made it 24-7 Cards. Next Stanford offensive drive, Hogan with a pump fake to McCaffrey. That left Greg Taboada wide open up the middle. And to finish it off, Hogan hands it off to C-Mac for his 2nd TD of the game. That put the game out of reach. Stanford defense brought it. Blake Martinez led the Cardinal with 10 total tackles. Peter Kalambayi had the only sack to go along with his 4 solo tackles. Final score, 31-14. The Cardinal will return home on November 14th to face Oregon. I'm Kaylee Krish for Get Sports Focus.